spell of sleep or the spell of heal. So certainly a lot to soak in with all of that here, and we are not too far away from getting things going. And the king giving the instructions, and we've got items in the throne room. We've got a set of wings. Also the fighter's ring. That'll add 2 attack points to the total. And the obligatory magic key to get them out of there, but using the wings, they're just going to... It's like the spell of return. It gets you to the outside of the castle, so they'll be able to hang on to that magic key to get things started.
It's always a bonus getting to save a key, and we got to look at the outside. There's not a swamp surrounding the castle this time, so they won't have to worry about losing HP the moment they step out.
Now, all 4 pretty well going in stride right back to save with the king, and they're going to find out that it's 15 experience to get from level 1 to level 2. And I believe in saving, they're going to take a look into the treasury here and see what's there, and if it's anything fruitful, well, they'll hang on to it, and if not, they'll reset. So we've got the fairy water, which works like the repel spell. Also, we've got a magic key in the middle, a magic key up top, so they'll be able to hang on to it here, and the silver harp in the bottom left. That is one of the essential items needed to access Charlotte Castle. No gold, though, in their treasury.
Yeah, that's certainly an interesting treasury. 2 keys. Not often at all that you'll see that. And Highspirits and Thilotilo will actually go ahead and see what is in the basement, whereas Game Boy and Scorpion Max wanted to get right to it and start fighting.
And based on the way they're maneuvering, I believe that in the basement is Garen's grave, I think?
We have a cave that we do know exactly what it is. That is the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave, and we have a bonus magic key. So magic keys abound.
And we have a town as well, and it is the town of Hawksness. The abandoned town. Oh, and the skeletons hit hard, as Game Boy finds out the hard way. Hitting for 52.
Well, we have Metal Slimes with Sleep on Scorpion Max's side, and also the Baby Dragon Breath.
It generally does about 20 hit points of damage, give or take, and... Oh, well, slept and wrecked by a metal slime, words you don't often hear, is Scorpion Max.
Yeah, we have a good sight over on gameboyf9 side. It looks like red dragons, typically known as the fun police, as when you run into them, the fun stops, might be our noodle this time around.
Yes, now the way that the wet noodle works, there's one monster in the beginning 3 zones of the game that is guaranteed to have 5 hit points or less. And it will also not attack very hard, so... The less hit points our players lose when a monster attacks, the more likely it is that it's a low hit point monster. And Game Boy taking out the fun police, taking out the red dragon. Wow, 35 hit points gained. It looks like vaulting from level 1 to level 3. And finding the town of Rimeldar. Meanwhile, Scorpion taking out a poltergeist and gets 132. Going to see quite a bit of gains here. Also leaping up to level 3.
Well, we've got a discount broadsword here in Rimeldar, but that flame sword is at a premium today.
Can't go wrong with those prices. Might be the sale of the seed here, as we've got an herb deep behind the 2 doors of Rimeldar. So Game Boy with quite an exploration advantage already here.
And that broadsword will only serve to extend an experience lead he has set early. But Scorpion Max has also managed to take out a few things, it looks like.
Well, he seems to have found the poltergeist, which looks to have pretty low hit points and also a good 132 experience. And takes out another one. So 8, 3, 4, and 23 going, leaping levels 2 by 2 now is Scorpion. Now we'll see if Scorp hangs on here and decides to toy with the Red Dragon and perhaps realizing that, yep, well, the Red Dragon running away. There is something you almost never see. And Game Boy taking out a Wraith, and that's going to get him up to level 5.
Still no spells at level 5. Means no healing will be available.
So Game Boy heading back into Rimmeldar, going to utilize the inn, which those prices are not randomized. You're still paying the same prices you were in the vanilla game. So Scorpion going to pick up another key. And Game Boy finding the rather cowardly Red Dragon. And Tilo having a little bit of trouble getting out of the gate here. And HS taking out another Poltergeist. And we'll tie for the experience lead with Scorpion. And the Metal Slime has put its will on Game Boy F9. Simultaneous deaths, meanwhile, for Tilo and Game Boy. I believe that was 320 for Game Boy to the next level, so a little over 500 is going to be the next total here. And now HS finding out about the Metal Slime, and almost like in the regular game, you can't really get away from it. So yeah, 2 gold broadsword, rather expensive clothes, but Scorpion going to go ahead and pick up the broadsword for 2 gold, normally costing 1,500. From like a 99.8% discount on, yeah, can't get much better of a sale than that.
Well, we have a few more shops that we'll be getting to see throughout the rest of the seed here, so I don't know, we might get that fabled 1 gold silver shield.
True, that would, that is one of the few things that would be more of a savings. And Tilo has found the Red Dragon. So we'll see if there's the opportunity here, as the werewolves now giving a little bit less of a problem to Game Boy. And an excellent move, a critical hit for 20, and still doesn't take it out.
Our first fight quickly, looking like level 6 is going to take a little bit of work. And Scorpion Max is having a bit of a slugfest with the werewolf here. Werewolf only hitting for 1, but doing anywhere from 3 to 5, it looks like, on Scorpion Max's side.
Some of the issues regarding the timer here. So there's a 9.5 minute differential between timer. So already 10 minutes in here. Highspirits with the experience lead already up to level 7.
And we're going to see another level on the Highspirits side. Level, and we do have a heal finally. Not sure if that was on 6, 7, or 8.
And wow, a slime punching for 11. Things you don't normally see. Here again, the strength, agility, hit points, experience, and gold for the enemies are completely randomized, which is why you're able to see a slime hitting for 20 hit points, metal slimes putting you to sleep and breathing fire, and certainly having a lot more than 3 hit points, and why red dragons for about 5. And Laugh came pointing out in chat to dying to the spell of hurt, something you don't often see, especially at this point. Max hit point. Just fact, we are fairly certain that the wet noodle enemy was in fact the red. And you can see red on Scorpion's side, red dragons running away. A sight you definitely don't see in vanilla, even when you get all the way up to level 30, the max. So Game Boy with a point time. And Armored Knights with the spell of Stop spell. Hitting him though. So HS just kind of working on grinding around the castle. Trying to handle some of the potentially easier enemies. And Game Boy now in a cave. And just that quickly out of it thanks to the droll. Now, Scorpion heading on into a cave. And no torch. And based on the movements, that is the tablet cave. Or no, it is not.
With enemies, definitely could not be.
Yeah, definitely not be. Perhaps the mountain cave? Meanwhile, Game Boy again going after the droll. Time. And we've got a gold grind over on Game Boy's side. So the way that this works here and how Game Boy is able to do what he's doing here, treasure chests respawn every time you go to the over. Game only tracks up over and over again without it going. It's done. This is a little bit of a reverse order here, as well, having seen the king, the three treasure chests inside the throne room, well, they're already marked as taken, so you don't take those opening chests more than once. And then he went and opened the 4 treasure chests inside the Tangible Treasury, headed down into the base, which happened to be Garen's grave, and opened the first chest of the 3 to make number 8, and then the second chest and third. Oh, they can take those items over and over again. So we know one of them was gold, one of them was, well, it was listed as the Axe Ghost, which is a little bit of programming glitch in that it doesn't really know, the game doesn't really know what to do when it comes to that items that are in the chest there. So it just pulls 2 items from, basically a word or 2 from the inventory of words. And sometimes you get some rather interesting combinations, like an Axe Ghost, a Plate Drakema, a Sword Magidrak, and yes, Uptanji, nobody going to spend 143 gold on the clothes, which normally costs 10. That would be the, I guess, the ripoff of this. Actually, no, there are a lot worse ripoffs that we've seen. Over 11,000 gold in some seeds.
I can only imagine that Game Boy wants to get that flame sword, which we saw was not a deal at all, but in fact more expensive.
Oh, and about 1,000 short. So max up to level 9 now.
And Game Boy trying to navigate across that desert, running into lots of enemies, but nobody who wants to stay in.
Well, let's see if the Armored Knight wants to talk.
Same as he did, but Game Boy wanted nothing to do with them.
Drakey's for the moment guarding the mountain cave like the Black Knight and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. None shall pass. And the Demon Knight causing some trouble for High Spirit. So this is not a friendly cave that Tilo's in. Drolls have been hitting for 20-something. Drakeys have been hitting for 20. Not able to run away with 1 hit point, and back to the castle again goes TT.
And so far, game experience lead with Scorpion Max not far behind him, but haven't found. Wow, what a level!
What levels? That was, I think, 3.
And that didn't take much to get it. That was experience I think he gained.
No, it was the High Spirits is closing in on that, so we'll probably also jump up in that 900 something to 1,000. So with the upper, yeah, it was a Drake Kima that he took out. Now he's able to one-shot them, and there's another 134.
I was actually found any enemies that are being very givey with the experience yet, but certainly nothing to sneeze at.
And Thilotilo now in the grave, and I was looking, I guess, now to wander and intentionally death war.
Meanwhile, we have Highspirits, who is going to go ahead and take a look at what we have in Hawksness, and I believe this may have found the Swamp Cave.
And it's a Wolf Lord.
That is a fire-breathing Wolf Lord who cannot be hit for very.
And HS wanting no part. But it looks like he's going to get sent back the hard way.
Yeah, at least he doesn't have very far to walk. So that is likely to be a hurt or hurt more only.
And Tilo looking to... He's trying to find a town to hang on to that old, hoping to be able to purchase something. A really good amount of exploration being done here by Game Boy, as HS now is going to see those levels go up. So there's 10, but not realizing just only one enemy potentially away from gaining another 2 levels. And HS realizing that the Red Dragon only had 46 experience, want no part. So Tilo making it to Rimmeldar and is going to see the nice upgrade to the broadsword. A lot cheaper than the just shy of enough for the hand axe. I mean, the broadsword, I'm just going to go ahead and put some clothes on, too. The first of our runners to actually not be walking around doing their Ray Stevens impression, doing the streak. The sleep spell, it looks like, over on Max's side, and both Max and HS taking a nap. And Max right up there at level 12 with the others. And Tilo running into a challenge of trying to find an enemy to grind on to get some of those levels to get caught up, but he's kind of stuck in this rock and a hard place of the weaker enemies like the Red Dragon running away more often than not, but then some of the tougher enemies that our other runners are working toward, a little too tough for TT's blood at the moment. So it looks like Game Boy is in the mountain cave, and the upper chest was a cursed belt. We've got some big bucks. And there's that pesky droll. Gonna try putting it to sleep. Nothing do. Tries to run away. And a few run fails here. Finally gets it, though, and is able to hang on. We'll see what those other 3 treasure chests are in the mountain cave.
I tell you, with the way that the drolls are acting here, it may end up being one of our Sharlock enemies, and we get some golden torch finally. We have
So we can actually see where they're if they want to use it. I don't think Game Boy at this point wants to use it. Oh, and there's a couple of levels for Tilo. And realizing there's still no spells.
good news here is not far behind.
And that 250 enemy was a metal scorpion that Highspirits got.
And Game Boy finishing off the mountain cave with another torch, so nothing of value was had.
So now back over, and Game Boy going to purchase a little Modesty, as well as the Flame Sword, a nice upgrade. An additional 8 attack points. But a very, very pricey venture.
It's never a bad buy, though, if you're able to get it. It can oftentimes replace the need for an Urgic Sword, depending on how you're leveled.
Yeah, it is the best weapon that money can buy. The Scorpion now heading on over into a part of Rimmildar, hoping that... Well, I think he was hoping that there was an item shop there, but not realizing that Rimmildar does not have an item.
I have to say, that's actually one of the few things that can be annoying about finding first town is you walk in and you have something worth money from the get-go, nothing to sell for gold, so no purchasable items.
And nice gains to level 14 on Highspirits' side. But is still dealing with a fire-breathing red slime who also punches for 34. Wow! But he's able to take it out for experience.
Level 14 at under 2,000 experience.
And Game Boy getting up to 14 as well. Spells that have not yet been acquired, including Heal More and Hurt More.
And being noted in chat that red slimes in Charlock confirmed. So for anybody who's actually curious about how Charlock works, in Chaos anyway, we know encounter the toughest of enemies to be found, such as red dragons, armored knights, star wyverns, wizards, green dragons, blue dragons, all of the baddies. But in Chaos, enemies are actually going to be potentially a lot tougher than vanilla. In the case of the trolls or red slimes, enemies that typically have rather high attack, rather high agility, rather high HP, or the more annoying thing of Dragon Breath, more, you will typically see those in Charlock, so you can actually route through your seed what may be in Charlock, what you may be facing later. The good Charlock, so they don't have to face it for too long.
And to answer the question, chat, yeah, it was a little bit of a rough go for Tilo to start. And we have Game Boy working on a Wraith Knight and opting against it. And we have the town of Garenham. So a 4 gold leather armor. It would technically be an upgrade. And he's going to go for it. And Game Boy, realizing that his inventory is a little full, going to get rid of the cursed bell. Ooh, and Tilo getting hit by a skeleton for 50. And HS going to now find Garenham as well. I think is more happy to find that there's an inn. And HS doing the same double take and going, yeah, I guess I'll get the leather armor. Meanwhile, 3 treasure chests behind the door here. We've got Erdrick's sword, the best weapon in the game, also a torch. She's going to take for replacing a fairy water and a set of wings. So after spending all that money to get the flame sword, not too long after finding Erdrick's sword. And in the back of Garenham, we have the Rainbow Drop Cave, also known as the Jerk Cave. Because if you don't have all the items to acquire the Rainbow Drop, most notably Erdrick's token, he will kick you, the jerk that he is.
And we actually see on Scorpion Max's side, we're going to get a dive into the deeper parts of the ground.
And looking back, the top 3 contents of Garen's grave were gold, herb.
And we're going to see another town on Highspirits side of coal.
Now, this will be interesting. Let's see has its Erdrick's token. So there is one of those essential items that are needed. And Max trying to take on and take out the Droll. And does so for a big 237.
Well, at least if you have to have the fight of your life, it's worth it. And we did see a shop check in Cole, but I actually missed the contents of the shop. And our chat is noting that it was a silver shield available for 1742.
Yep. Silver shield for 1742, magic armor for 2440. So get yourself about 4,150 gold, and you've got the best shield and armor that money can buy.
And we have the bamboo pole, also known as a dragon scale, in the grave.
That was what the fourth item was. We have hit the treasure chest glitch on Max's side. I think.
Yep, it would seem so. And we have one chest left, which, other than Tablet Cave, we've seen every other chest. So
yeah,
the question is it going to be the stones, or is Tablet Cave required?
True, as those are the only, Stones of Sunlight. It's a 50-50 coin flip. Will Max make the right decision here in taking that dive? Meanwhile, Game Boy is going to go back.
Still, even with having Erdrick's sword, not really doing any damage to the Wolf Lord.
And Smashy noting in chat, even if this wasn't the right play, some good experience to now go 15.
Ooh, and there's the heal more and the hurt more.
So both more at level 15 at about the 2,500 experience mark. And here comes another level.
Now we have more levels.
6, 8, 5, and 2 plus the last spell here. So did I see that right? 134 hit points.
Well, that's at least what he's at for now. Not sure what his... And he did open the last chest, and looks like fairy water. So we have a tablet cave to find.
So the tablet cave is in fact required. As Scorpion now going to head back into Hawk's Nest and is going to go after the Wolf Lord with... Oh, wow, look at that. 160 max HP. Thank you to the stat update here. So pretty high agility as well. The strength, it's got a little ways.
Strength is lagging behind just a little bit, but I wouldn't say too much, as level 17 is not far away. Highspirits being the first to reach it, and 136 attack power is now high.
Oh, wow. And there is the Wolf Lord being taken out, and it's Erdrick's armor being guarded by the Wolf Lord. So Erdrick's armor for Scorpion Max.
And Scorpion Max is just a little shy of that level. at 2770, and Highspirits at 2791. So somewhere between there and 91 is level.
Yeah, what a difference just a little bit of experience makes. And up to NG making a great point in chat that in Chaos, level 17 could easily not be enough. But you see the acquisition of Hurt more, or the ability to just plow through a lot of enemies.
And those Wolf Lords didn't punch for a whole lot, but they certainly didn't let you punch them for much either. So we may be seeing.
There certainly is some potential as Max now heading back into the mountain cave.
That's right. I don't think Max actually got to see all of the chests in that cave. I think he met an unfortunate end to a draw. And look at that swamp-coated other con.
And there's level 17 for Squirrel. 15 strength and 30 MP. And HS now finding the shopping mall of Alifgard, better known as Cantlin.
I think we will be seeing our coordinate check here, as Highspirits may or may not want to have to deal with whatever Hawksness holds for him. He does know it's a Wolf Lord, but doesn't know if it's easily killable or not with her.
And we do have coordinates of 3 south and 25 east if you want the ferry fleet.
Well, they're easy coordinates to count it.
And if you're Highspirits, you probably don't feel like going after that wolf. It's a little bit easier in that regard. Although, who knows, with Hurt more and everything else now, not too bad. So now Game Boy just a step away, and it's going to one-shot, wow, 36 on that Poltergeist. And that's going to be level 18. 5 more power, 7 speed, 4 hit points, 8 magic points. And he's going to head on into Cole here and check out the shop.
I have but one question. Who rolled it, and can they roll mine?
So Game Boy picking up the silver shield.
And Highspirits gets a sighting on Sharlock, along with a couple more caves, one of which is the Tablet Cave. The other will have to be the Staff of Rain Cave, as we haven't seen it yet.
So Max now finding out that the mountain cave not all that fruitful, as HS now does confirm the Stones of Sunlight in the Tablet Cave. And now there's the up to level 12. And there, in fact, is that Harp Cave. And we've got a Magidrake Guardian in the swamp. Ooh, it hits pretty hard. But so does Max. And a big 210. That may not be a bad grind spot. Now he's going to get up.
Yeah, we have level 19, and that was a hefty power increase for level 19. A little curious as to why Scorpion Max is going forward with the rescue, unless he's just being prepared, as he doesn't have the token, but he doesn't have coordinates yet either that I'm aware of.
No, I don't believe so. Now, Highspirits does have the coordinates. And I guess after having taken out the Wolf Lord is not caring to count out those coordinates and not bothering with the... Oh, and the Wolf Lord runs away from Game Boy. Ha ha! And there's your easy Erdrick song.
I gotta say, at level 19 with 170 HP, and I can't imagine what the attack power must be at this point, but I'm assuming fairly high, I would run away.
I believe that Wolf Lord's name was Robin.
Sticking with those references to...
Oh, absolutely.
Look at the stats for you, and 151 attack power and 95 defense power. Highspirits, on the other, a little behind on that defense power at 72, and as is Scorpion Max with only 77. I think a Silver Shield acquisition might be a little necessary here. Otherwise, Dragon Lord 2 is going to be punching you for a...
Yeah, and given the price, it's not too shabby either. And to answer the question in chat as far as other races that are scheduled for today, we actually have Group 10 going on over on our sister station, Randomania 2. That's between the Hangry Canuck, Ichbin Maya, and the Alan Heffley. And then coming up later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, it's the Group 5 matchup of Melee Wizard, Tyrann X, Lord of the Synth, and Angry Larry. And the commentators on that actually just joined, or well, I should say joining us here in chat is Edgeworth, who will be bringing the call for that later tonight. And Scorpion has found Breckenary.
Well, someone had to find it. He does get a large shield for finding it, though, so that will be at least a 10 defense point. And Highspirits on the second continent, which is where Sharlock was found. I think we're going to see Highspirits going.
Chaos Seeds, Sherlock will be the great equalizer many a time. And also Brax joining us in chat. Brax and Edge will both be bringing that commentary to you later tonight here on Rand in a little over 2 hours from now. Presuming this finishes on.
It's running too late, and Thilotilo is actually making great strides to catch up here now. And I mean, 3,000 experience is all it takes to get to level 19 from where they're at currently. Not even 3,000.
And Scorpion getting the coordinates, and we'll probably find a way to get rid of the princess at earliest convenience.
Does Scorpion have a token yet? I don't think Scorpion's picked up the token. Those slimes hiding in Charlock. Not often you'll see those as one of the enemies in
Only in Chaos. But with short Charlock, thankfully not a lot to worry about necessarily. And Game Boy having found Charlock, but I don't believe it has all the pieces.
He'll be picking up those pieces here.
And Stones of Sunlight over side.
And I believe there's an enemy we hadn't seen yet. Magicians are in Charlock. I believe it's team as work. They're punching for quite a bit.
And our mini boss is the slime.
And the good news is the slime only hits for like 6 here. Unfortunately, you don't hit the slime for much either.
It's a slap fight that you'd expect at level 1, not at level 17.
Anyone who continued grinding away at the experience will be happy they did so, as that extra attack power will make things a lot nicer for them.
Tilo jumping up from level 12 to level 14 and getting quite a bit of gains in the process. And the last of the herbs being used.
You know, Highspirits has a lot of health here, but used a ton of MP resources getting down, so will not have nearly the amount of heal mores that they started with on their trip when it began.
Oh, and a back attack. Oh, and Dragon Lord 1 has Dragon Lord 2 breath. And hits for 66!
Yeah, punches you for
even 60, and oh!
So, bets on regrets of not picking up a silver shield.
Oh my goodness!
That extra 20 defense would certainly mitigate a large chunk of that damage.
Yeah, it might only hit for, a 40.
So we'll just go ahead and call that Dragon Lord 2 round
1. We have a question in chat here. The plus sign after these strength and HP gains are listed, or they're listed on the statistics. Little known fact from when you played the game as a kid: when you enter your name, there's actually a calculation that determines which 2 of the 4 stats gain a bonus over the course of the seat. And it calculates based on the first 4 characters of your name. All 4 of our runners here are using characters that have a bonus to the strength and hit. Whether it be capital Z, whether it be lowercase d, whether it be lowercase t, they all have that strength and hit point bonus to their respective names.
By the way, about that once to have the roller of tonight's seeds roll mine. I might be rescinding.
Well, that would be none other than our tracker, Link Force Zero, who's doing a fantastic job keeping an eye on all 4 screens here. And also want to give credit to CD Improv for taking care of the restreaming for us here. And Ursine, boy, did you miss a heck of a Dragon Lord 1. Yeah, punch for 66 and 60, plus there was a dodge in there as well. So HS back in.
Yeah, he seems like he's going to go for the brick wall approach.
And don't look now, but Thilotilo just getting to level 17.
And has collected the token as well. So only missing the stones, which will be found on the other continent. So, as I said before, not far behind at all.
Oh, and HS getting hit pretty hard before even making it too far into short Charlock, and is going to double back and regroup and give it another go.
Speaking of making it into Charlock, Scorpion Max will be making an attempt, and looks like we're going to have some threesome percent on Scorpion Max's side, bringing the princess to the Dragon Lord.
Well, I think party percent might be a more apropos tone to a thing.
Fair enough. And being noted in chat here, Max has a big advantage. I would certainly say so, as a 15 attack power difference between Max and Highspirits, along with a 15 defense power difference.
So HS back in. As Max now going after the slime. And Tilo is in the mountain cave.
And definitely a quite a bit more resource healthy, having 126 MP going into the fight.
Hold B, Max. There you go. And yes, the the slime guardian ran from Max at level 19.
And there's for Scorpion Max, punching him for a hefty amount. So low health Dragon Lord 1. But ambushed by Dragon Lord 2, looks like.
So hitting for 25. That was a near max roll, no pun intended. 45 now. Another 15 up to 60. 230 hit points. It's up to 76 now for Max. Now at 90. $109. Gilmore's left.
And Thilotilo, meanwhile, has made it to level 18, so almost caught up in levels at this point.
So 125. 144 now, so we're pretty close to the vanilla range. We're up to 161. And still going at 185.
And Thilotilo has made it to the other continent where the Stones and Staff of Rain Cave were. As Game Boy picks up his